Eyewitness News focuses on a potentially devastating setback for President Clinton. He suffers a big legal loss that could open floodgates of testimony in the Monica Lewinsky case. Good evening, everyone. I'm Larry Kane.
And I'm Trina Robinson. A federal judge rejected President Clinton's claim of executive privilege in the obstruction of justice investigation. In denying executive privilege, the judge set the stage for some of the people closest to the president to testify against him. At least 2 presidential aides refused to answer grand jury questions in the Lewinsky case, claiming executive privilege to keep presidential conversations a secret. But Kenneth Starr's prosecutors argue perjury, obstruction of justice, and intimidation of witnesses are criminal activities that fall well outside the scope of the president's official duties, no matter how broadly those duties are construed. A federal judge agreed. Also today, close presidential friend Vernon Jordan testified again before the grand jury in the Lewinsky case. Meantime, the Whitewater grand jury in Arkansas was excused, and the full focus now shifts to Washington.
Overseas, the motive behind the Vatican murders was discovered today, along with an undisclosed note from the killer. A disgruntled Swiss Guard corporal who'd been reprimanded only yesterday killed his new commander and the commander's wife, then took his own life. The victims, Colonel Alois Esterman and his wife, were seen here with the Pope yesterday. A few hours later, they were found shot to death inside their Vatican apartment, along with the corporal. Today, a Philadelphia bishop who once lived in the Vatican said the violence deeply affects the Swiss Guards.
It's more than a job. It's a career for them. They are a part of an elite corps. I think they're very proud of that. I'm sure that esprit de corps has been very violated by this incident. It's going to be a problem for the next commander to restore some of that.
A funeral for the colonel and his wife will be held tomorrow inside St. Peter's Basilica. Mass will be celebrated by a cardinal who is the Vatican's Secretary of State.
Yuri Furman, the alleged carjacker who shot up a Philadelphia police station, was caught today. Furman was arrested outside FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. Eyewitness News reporter Ren Scott talked to the suspect's mother in Philadelphia late today.
I don't know nothing about this, what happened with him. I very worry about him.
From behind her apartment door and with the support of a friend, the tearful mother of Yuri Furman says she is baffled about her son's alleged actions. Just as the FBI says it is baffled why he was standing outside FBI headquarters in Washington, almost waiting to be arrested.
Was his motivation to turn himself in, or was his motivation to hurt somebody or to try to tell a story?
A Ukrainian immigrant, Furman reportedly moved to the U.S. in 1994. He lived in this northeast Philadelphia apartment complex with his mother and father, working as a paralegal with a downtown Philadelphia firm. Inside 1st District Police headquarters, investigators say, Furman expressed fears that he was a target of the Russian mob, and then he snapped.
And we believe that Mr. Furman believed he was in fear of some sort, either real or perceived.
If you really don't mind, I'd really like not to comment on it.
The man Furman allegedly carjacked, Michael Ball of Langhorne, still refuses to talk publicly about his ordeal. But his father tells Eyewitness News he is very grateful to be alive.
The only thing I can tell you is I'm glad that he wasn't hurt. Nobody was hurt.
Meanwhile, Yuri Furman's mother waits for a call from her son, whom she says is smart and studious and did what he allegedly did for a reason. She just can't imagine what it is.
He went to police for help.
And why didn't they?
Why he leave the police, I don't know. I don't know.
Now, at the 1st District, Furman told police that he was an informant for the FBI, but the FBI says it has no idea what he's talking about. Meanwhile, Furman faces charges of robbery, carjacking, and kidnapping, now on both a local and a federal level. Katrina and Larry, right now, this is still a mystery. Nobody really knows, bottom line, what the motivation for this episode was all about.
Okay, thank you, Ren. A 17-year-old Philadelphian gets life in prison tonight for the brutal carjacking and murder of a nurse. You may remember 48-year-old Kalma Khalida was on her way to work in March of last year when Yusef Whitehead and Timothy Rose robbed, raped, and beat her with a brick. They left her to die in Tookaney Creek Park. A jury today convicted Whitehead of first-degree murder. Rose is already in jail, by the way. He is pleading guilty to that crime. In the South, Eric Robert Rudolph, who was put on the FBI's 10 most wanted list today with questions about abortion bombings and the Olympic blast hanging over him. He's charged with bombing a Birmingham, Alabama women's clinic last January, in which one person died. Now the feds want to ask Rudolph about another abortion clinic bombing in Atlanta and the infamous Olympic Park attack. His truck was found in western North Carolina in January, and today the FBI has put out a $1 million reward for his capture.
Singer-songwriter Carly Simon revealed today that she is waging a battle with breast cancer. Simon was diagnosed last October. She's been undergoing chemotherapy since having a tumor removed from her breast. The 52-year-old Simon says she feels stronger and more vital than ever, and her prognosis is good. Well, it's fast becoming a household name, Viagra. And now you can order the impotency drug right from your house, right over the internet.
But is that kind of business safe for you? Eyewitness News anchor Dawn Stenslin has the answer.
This little blue anti-impotence pill is keeping urologists like Dr. Dan Ruxtalis very busy these days.
We have been receiving 20 to 30 calls a day from men interested in obtaining the drug.
But for many men, discussing their sexual limitations with anybody, even their own doctor, is just too embarrassing. That's why one company came up with an idea called Private Solutions. You find it where else? Right here on the internet. All you have to do is click on and have your credit card ready. Once you click on the Private Solutions page, there's a medical questionnaire. If you pass, you're charged $115 for the doctor's approval, then $10 for each pill. So when you see a drug like this being ordered over the internet overnight as a physician, does that bother you?
Well, I think from the medical perspective, I think it's in the best interest of the person to be thoroughly evaluated by a physician who understands the breadth of sexual functioning.
But is buying Viagra over the internet dangerous?
Right now, it appears that Viagra is a fairly safe drug, so that the risk, although real, is probably small.
As the internet cashes in on the hottest new anti-impotency pill, doctors warn against believing any pill can make us perfect.
We've come pretty close to finding the pills to make us the perfect human beings, because if we take a Prozac and a Viagra and Propecia for our hair, we could be the perfect man. And I think there's a little bit of that going on.
Dawn Stensland, Eyewitness News.
More news about Viagra coming up in tonight's Eye on Health. Stephanie Stahl will tell us about a frightening side effect. Well, teenagers, almost everybody, can suffer devastating side effects from cigarettes. In an effort to keep kids from smoking, a city council committee has approved a ban on cigarette vending machines in Philadelphia. Councilwoman Happy Fernandez told Eyewitness News the machines are an easy way for underage smokers to get cigarettes. Michael Savar, who represents the vending machine industry, disagrees. He testified that the industry has a way to keep cigarettes away from minors.
We've been striving to prevent access to minors now for years. We have lockout devices available. This requires human intervention before a pack can be sold.
Now, the lockout devices allow the clerk to use a remote control to unlock vending machines. Despite the committee's vote, Fernandez says she doesn't know if there are enough votes for full council approval.
Big trouble may be on the horizon for all you chocolate lovers out there. Industry officials say people like those in our newsroom are gobbling up chocolates quicker than coca can grow. Because of this, the world could run out of chocolate in as little as 5 years. But one chocolate maker says it's probably too soon to worry.
A lot of big corporations out there that have too much at stake than to let it become a catastrophic problem.
Companies such as New Jersey-based M&M Mars tell Eyewitness News they're trying to find new ways to grow more beans.
Coming up. Philadelphia seen its last dawn. Walt Hunter opens the mob files and takes a look at how disorganized crime is affecting the mob.
Plus, can you believe it? Change a flat tire by pushing a button. Paul Moriarty and pal get stranded to test out the remote-controlled auto jack.
Plus, will the sun shine soon? Dave Frankel, still worried about that report on chocolate, is standing by with your KYW forecast.
It's all straight ahead on Eyewitness News.
Liz Taylor's ex, Larry Fortensky, arrested. His former girlfriend says he assaulted her, but Larry denies the charge. Who do you believe? And private moments caught on tape. Inside Edition.
Tomorrow at 5 on KYW3. This is what her world may look like now. Born with crossed eyes, she's about to have surgery that could change her world. Eyewitness News is inside the operating room. And then see for yourself. Does Amber get a new look? On Eyewitness News right after Chicago Hope.
Look, I got the new $1,000 a week for life game. I can't wait to win.
What are the odds of that happening?
Much better. See, there are more top prize winners.
New win $1,000 a week for life 3 from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play this instant.
I'm Dave Frankel, standing by live. Are you ready for some sunshine? Get ready. I'll have your exclusive 5-day forecast coming up.
Shop Acme's store-wide dollar sale and save. Lancaster brand sirloin steak, $2 a pound. Chiquita bananas, 3 pounds, $1. 2-liter Pepsi, 3 for $2 with your SuperCard. And remember, only one Visa rewards you with free food and free travel. The Acme American Rewards Visa Card. It's your SuperCard. It's your Visa Card. And there's no annual fee. Apply at Acme today.
Shop Acme, there's more in store for you.
You know when you're traveling, you look for things you know. Things that are familiar, that make you feel comfortable. Things that make you feel at home. That's why it's always so good to see the Howard Johnson sign. We offer families great low rates, and kids stay free and get free fun packs featuring Scholastic's The Magic School Bus. It's always a magical voyage when kids go Hojo.
Howard Johnson makes you feel at home.
The last on 2 on KYW3 tonight raises questions about the godfathers of the Philadelphia crime families.
And tonight, our Walt Hunter opens his mob files to give you the inside story in this Eyewitness News Extra.
They are the faces of organized crime in Philadelphia. One by one, police say, they came forward to lead the mob. And one by one, they vanished. Some in coffins. Some in handcuffs, leaving Philadelphia's mob family fatherless.
As far as their organization, it's on shaky ground, I can tell you that.
The mob's downfall here began with a storm of bullets on a stormy March night in 1980. Angelo Bruno, the so-called Gentle Don, who quietly controlled the mob here for 3 decades, lay dead.
Angelo Bruno was the last Don Philadelphia seen.
Frank Wallace formerly was Philadelphia's top mob investigator.
He drove a Chevy. He lived in a row house in South Philadelphia. You know, he wasn't looking to be this high-profile John Gotti, Joey Molino type of gangster.
Philadelphia's next mob leader, Phil Testa, lasted less than a year, blasted to bits as he walked onto his porch. Violence, always an option for the mob, now became the everyday way of doing business.
I think that these people just didn't get it. You know, the business of organized crime is to make money. It's not to kill each other.
But kill they did. Under mob boss Nicky Scarfo, a single wrong word could cost you your life.
You disrespect someone or you disrespect someone's family member, and the next thing you know, you have a bullet in your head.
Attorney Craig Mitnick has defended mob suspects in court.
You have cousin against cousin, brother against brother, wife against ex-girlfriend, ex-wife against new wife.
But while the mob members were playing out their own deadly version of Family Feud on Philadelphia streets, they didn't realize all the attention they were drawing from police and the FBI. First, agents put away Scarfo. Then, as John Stanfa tried to control things, his every move and word were being secretly recorded, including a mob hit inside his office.
Mr. Stanfa, do you have anything to say about your arrest this morning?
Now, as Stanfa is marched to prison, for the first time, there are serious questions about whether Philadelphia's mob is losing its punch. Mob expert Frank Friel.
Between the inherent gun fire that erupts periodically in South Philadelphia with the mob and law enforcement successes, they're just doomed.
Walt Hunter, Eyewitness News.
Not all the crime fighting encourages in the high-publicized cases. Some unsung heroes were honored today at Philadelphia City Hall. Commissioner John Timoney honored Sergeant Glenn Karp, a 25-year veteran injured while on duty. He received a Commendation of Valor. Other officers were also recognized for following the credo, to protect and serve with courage and bravery. Special honors also went to citizens for helping their neighbors in times of need. Of course, the mayor was there as well.
Well, on to Can You Believe It? Changing a flat tire can be as easy as turning on your TV set. A new product lets you raise your car off the ground simply by pushing a button. But does it work? Our own madcap mechanic Paul Moriarty hits the road to test out the remote-controlled auto jack.
A flat tire is a pain in the neck.
Oh, man.
You have to get out the tire jack, then start pumping away, struggling to slowly lift your car off the ground.
There's got to be an easier way.
And here it is, the remote-controlled auto jack. The ad says, take the hassle out of raising your car to change a tire. Now it's as easy as turning on a TV. Just point the remote control at the jack, and it raises your car up like magic.
Wow, that seems a lot easier. Now, the remote control auto jack costs a rather hefty $160, but in terms of safety and convenience, it might just be worth it. Of course, the big question is...
Can you believe it?
Here goes.
Well, to find out, I met up with Tommy Archer, who was standing by, ready to put the remote-controlled auto jack to the test.
So, Tommy, you ever change a tire at the side of the road? Absolutely. A real hassle, isn't it? Pain in the neck. Well, if the remote control auto jack works as advertised, changing a tire might be a little easier and safer. So you want to give it a try? Let's go.
So we opened up the remote-controlled auto jack, then read the directions.
And all we have to do is place the jack under the car, plug it into the cigarette lighter, then I just press this little remote control, and like magic, the car should lift off the ground.
Of course, we'd need a flat tire to conduct a true test, so...
Tommy, you got a spare tire? Yeah, why? Because you're going to need it.
That's right. We needed to make this thing authentic, didn't we?
Okay, Tommy, we can use that spare now.
That Tommy, he sure was a good sport, don't you think? So we loosened the lug nuts, then positioned the remote-controlled auto jack under the car, and plugged it in.
Now here's the really easy part. All we do is press this little remote control, and the car should lift off the ground, allowing us to quickly and easily remove the tire. So, Tommy, give it a try. Let's go.
And with a simple press of a button, take a look. The remote-controlled auto jack slowly lifted 3,000 pounds of automobile a few inches off the ground.
Wow, what do you think, Tommy? So far, so good. Great, go change the tire.
So off came the old, and on went the spare tire. Well, not exactly.
What seems to be the problem, Tommy? This car just isn't high enough to get the spare tire on. Okay, let's lift it higher.
Just one problem. The remote-controlled auto jack was up as high as it goes.
Paul, you mean to tell me I'm not going to be able to get this spare tire on today? I guess not. I'm afraid the remote control auto jack isn't all that it's cracked up to be, so I guess you wouldn't want to buy this? No way.
So the remote-controlled auto jack didn't get the job done. It did lift the car a little, but not enough. So, time to tow this baby away. Sorry, Tommy.
Well, Paul contacted the company that makes the remote-controlled auto jack. The president conceded his product doesn't lift all car models high enough to allow a person to change a flat tire. However, he says his company is currently working to fix the problem.
And so is Dave, trying to get us some sunshine back, but he's really obsessed tonight with this cocoa story. Cocoa beans, I mean, you know, you rob the ice cream and chocolate, and
you know what
you're there every night.
Save the rainforest.
Save the rainforest.
One more reason. Let's go outside tonight and see what it looks like out there. And we have some cloud covers you can see live on our city cam. In fact, mostly cloudy skies right now, 59 degrees. The relative humidity way up, 93%. Wind is east at 8 miles per hour. The barometer, 2996. It is falling right now. Temperatures around the region, we have 60 degrees now in town, 61 in Reading, 59 officially Philadelphia, 60 in Wilmington, Atlantic City at 55 degrees. Is anybody else hungry besides me? You want to go? Could you go for like a...
Thanks for the forecast, Dave. Here's your hot dog.
A hot dog. That sounds perfect to me. A hot dog and root beer. Thanks, Michelle, our friends from Weber's in Stratford, New Jersey. Just reach out there. Oh, so close and yet so far. Let's check some numbers for you. Our low this morning was 58 degrees. Our high this afternoon, 71 degrees. Sun came out for about an hour late this afternoon. We're going to improve on that over the next couple of days. Let's show you what's happening out there right now. And a lot of cloud cover and some showers still troubling the region. And as we pull out, you'll see some showers in the middle of the country. West Coast has some showers, but we're going to do better over the next couple of days. We said there's the scattered stuff all around. As we put the national radar into motion, you'll see a nasty area right there in Arkansas that starts to fall apart over the past 12 hours or so. And as we zoom in a little bit to our part of the country, you see a couple of areas of rather heavy rain. We'll put this in motion, show you 6 hours now. We'll have to watch this one. See this arm sort of spinning up here? across Maryland. Looks like it'll stay off to the west of Philadelphia, but we will keep a close eye on that one. In the satellite picture, we'll take a look. I'm going to step over here so you can see right down there. See that clearing? That's what we're counting on for tomorrow and into Thursday. So the forecast for tonight, yeah, it will be cloudy. Couple of showers still around, 55, and some patchy fog developing. Already seeing patchy fog in Pomona, New Jersey at the airport in Atlantic City. For tomorrow, though, we're going to take the optimistic view, call it partly sunny. There is the chance of a thunderstorm later in the day, 75 degrees, the high temperature. Here we go, the 5-day forecast. Again, tomorrow we'll see some sunshine, but there is the chance of a shower, especially clouds early, and then later in the day, a thunder shower possible, 75 degrees. Look at Thursday. We're just going to call it plain old partly sunny, 75 degrees. You got to like that. Friday, chance of a shower sneaks back into the forecast, 72 degrees. Saturday could be a thunder shower or two around, but also some sun, 74 degrees. And then on Sunday, looks like a good start for Mother's Day, but there could be some more wet weather later in the day, 74 degrees, the high again on Mother's Day. So some sunshine tomorrow, and Thursday looking even better. Larry and Trina?
We got to get that man some food. He's hungry. Up next, a debilitating disease could be on the rise in America.
Plus, will a new treatment offer a new hope in fighting hepatitis C? That's in tonight's Eye on Health.
But first, tonight's winning lottery numbers. Good luck.
Chevy is an expert in sport utility vehicles, but we know one size does not fit all. So, we make three. Take Chevy Blazer, driver control system, great look inside and out, and it's big. If you want more room, look at Chevy Tahoe. It's even bigger. And then there's Chevy Suburban. It's the biggest SUV on the planet. Big, bigger, biggest. Chevy's the only one with 3 SUVs, each one a perfect fit. Shop Chevy now.
So, who's gonna be our next couple? Let's bougie! And tonight's winner gets dinner on the house!
Here in the Outback, nothing brings out our hunger to compete like a juicy steak and a bloomin' onion. At Outback Steakhouse, we know nothing starts an evening off on the right foot like a great steak. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
If you see news happening or capture news with your home video camera, call the Eyewitness News tip line at 1-800-223-TIPS.
When you see me in my classroom, I'm working hard to teach my students the value of working hard. When you see those hands go up, that's telling you something's clicking. Everybody's shooting for the same goal, the things that make them more successful in life.
In fact, 94% of our seniors pass the rigorous state graduation test, and 80% plan to continue their education, the highest ever. New Jersey's public schools, working, improving, achieving.
Introducing the 1998 Kia Sportage.
Swamp Tours.
Sounds like fun.
Welcome to the swamp.
That got your mojo going, huh? We're looking for that big bad alligator right now. Alligator, where you at, baby? Yep, here's a shortcut. Who needs road? It's just like chicken. Hello there, what y'all doing?
I Try it, honey.
The 98 Kia Sportage. Get your mojo going with up to $1,250 back.
There's word of a frightening side effect to Viagra.
Plus, arthritis may soon be on the rise. Stephanie Stahl has those stories and a lot more in tonight's Eye on Health.
The number of people who suffer from arthritis is expected to skyrocket over the next 20 years, according to the National Arthritis Foundation, mainly because people are living longer. 40 million Americans, or 1 in 6, struggle with this painful inflammation of the joints, and it's the leading cause of disability in the country. A bit of encouraging news, though. The foundation says new treatments will help people better manage arthritis. Another tidbit on the impotency drug Viagra. The American Academy of Ophthalmology is warning that high doses of Viagra can cause vision problems, things like sensitivity to light and trouble distinguishing between colors. And finally, a new way to treat hepatitis C gets preliminary approval from an FDA panel. Patients would inject a synthetic form of the chemical interferon and an antiviral drug. This treatment is considered pretty radical because it attacks the hepatitis C virus while boosting the patient's immune system. This treatment still needs final FDA approval. With an eye on health, I'm Stephanie Stahl.
Up next, Lutilli and Eyewitness Sports.
Here are the Phillies tonight, Trina, trying to cut down the big bats from Colorado. Instead, the Phils gamble early and get cut down themselves at the plate. At the end, I'll have the story next.
Eyewitness Sports, sponsored by Hertz.
You mean Hertz gave us this great weekly rate just by booking early?
Exactly. Special low rates for booking in advance.
Huh. And we still get computerized driving directions, emergency roadside assistance, and great Hertz service.
Exactly. It's Hertz.
Wow. I guess it pays to plan ahead.
Exactly.
Sweetie, you think it's too early to give you my Christmas list?
Connecting with the wrong internet provider can leave even the most experienced net user frustrated and abandoned. Now there's a better way. BellAtlantic.net, with access to Big Yellow, your Yellow pages on the web, and a helpful staff to guide you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Bell Atlantic can open doors to the internet you never knew existed. Wild things are happening. Bell Atlantic. We'll see you there.
MGK, great classics in 7-song supersets.
You may be right, I may be crazy.
1029 MGK, one great classic after another. Classic Hits 1029 MGK.
You could say I have an addiction to flowers.
We love to garden. The thing is, there's always something you need.
It can be expensive, but that's why we're here.
I have over 36 petunias in one bed alone.
People know they can afford to shop here.
I think we're going to do some begonias here pretty soon.
Yeah, we need some begonias.
And we'd have great prices on begonias.
Great plants, great prices. Always at Walmart.
Walmart makes it possible for us to have a yard we can be proud of.
What a nice thing to say.
So, did we climb the Rockies, or did they climb us? That's the question tonight. Here's Lou.
Look out below. 2 games, 2 losses to these guys, combined 17-3. As the Phils get rocked by Colorado, the series finale tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon. Thank goodness the shill is on the hill. The third at bat tonight, Mike, not at all amazing grace on the mound. This time, Popeye Bichette rocks the vet for 2 runs with a ringing double. Turned out to be enough. 4th time at the plate. The Rockies strike again with a long ball. Todd Hilton lets fly out of there. In the 5th at bat, Larry Walker joins the gang at the old Vet Stadium driving range. All but home run leader Vinny Castilla knocks one out tonight. No homers, just one of 8 doubles by the Rockies, who do less damage than you expect with that. 6-1 was the final. The Phils also sent Garrett Stevenson, who was rocked last night, down to the minors today. A lot of energy around this one. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals basketball series. Longtime bitter rivals, Knicks and Pacers. New York gets the early jump once again with the red-hot hand of John Starks. But with Larry Johnson suspended and Ewing still down, the Knicks needed veterans like Terry Cummings. That's fine for a while. But the Pacers pick up the pace with the young players in the second half. Jalen Rose sparks the run. Indiana runs the Knicks out in Game 1, 93-83. Hey, big man in the middle for the Sixers last year, Theo Ratliff. Hope he's back. Hope he's okay. He's in Birmingham, Alabama tonight. Prepped right now for minor knee surgery tomorrow with famed Dr. James Andrews. The surgeon is doing the scope job on his knee. They hope it's just routine. You know, women's pro hoops will play Philly at least 1 more year. Today, the Rage added a top player to the roster with the 2nd pick in their draft. Out of college, they select Chastity Martin, 6'3" center out of North Carolina State. The Rage better worry a little bit more about re-signing Philly's Dawn Staley between now and the start of their new season. It's just practice today, but Saturday night, David Reed leaves North Philly to climb into the ring at the Taj Mahal to fight his 9th as a pro. They've got the Olympic gold medalist in the ring against a veteran from Trinidad named Nike Tupa.
This fight right here is going to tell if I'm ready or not. You know, this is my first 10-rounder, and I want to go in there, and I want to look like a champion.
Shill